This is the most dense Google Ads training to get more profit for an e-commerce brand. In this video, I'm condensing 20 years of Google Ads experience and what we do at our Shopify marketing agency every day to scale Shopify stores into over 50 simple tips you can apply right now to get more profit. You can improve your Google Ads performance with these simple tweaks, even if you're a beginner or have been doing it for 10 years. It's your checklist. These methods have driven real results for hundreds of brands. I've broken everything down into 9 sections to get you more sales and reduce wasted spend while saving you time. Let's drop straight into it to get your brand more profit from Google Ads. 1. Account settings and structure. First things first, let's get your house organized. Think of this as the Marie Kondo moment for your Google Ads account.
You're about to declutter all the chaos so that you stay in control. Because trust me, auto recommendations don't spark joy. I should probably turn this on.
Turn off all auto apply recommendations. Do this from account settings. You need control, otherwise your ad account will be out of your control.
Smithers, it's out of control. I'll take him out, sir.
Start from a blank slate, then enable only what you can't do or is guaranteed to help, which will only ever be a few settings. Definitely enable use optimized ad rotation, as Google will show the best ads rather than rotating them equally. I generally don't mind enabling keyword ones of like remove redundant keywords, remove non-serving keywords, and remove conflicting negative keywords. Enable customer match in settings, account settings, then check the box to use customer match lists in bidding and targeting. The configuration injects steroids into Google's AI machines so the ads grab you more customers. Use an account-wide negative keyword list to guarantee exclusions of searches you never want to appear for. That's in account settings, then negative keywords. I've seen negative keywords get inconsistently applied to ad groups and campaigns because of poor organization. Use naming conventions on campaigns and ad groups. Naming conventions speed up decision making. There's many potential formats, but always include the campaign type like display, shopping, or search in the campaign name. Break it down by what's inside. 5 main themes are campaign type, geography, segmentation, targeting, and bidding. An example campaign name that uses 3 of these is shopping-au-high. This is a shopping campaign targeting Australia that has high priority. For ad group, we'll add asset names. Name it by theme or keyword cluster. Use a search strategy to structure your account to capture maximum sales. The best default strategy for e-commerce brands is to mimic the store's website navigation. Every product and collection is a chance to capture search traffic. Open up a Google Sheet with a list of these landing page URLs as rows. Then do a preliminary brainstorm of keyword themes for each collection. Shopping and performance structure is covered later. My last piece of advice for general settings and structure is to not listen to Google Ads representatives about performance changes. Myself and team members at Digital Darts have had dozens of conversations with Google Ads staff of all levels. They default to auto-apply recommendations so you spend more money than you should. I'm yet to see anything they advise work. So save yourself time and money by having a blanket rule to ignore Google Ads representatives. 2. Conversion tracking and analytics. If you're not tracking conversions,
It's like chopping chicken blindfolded. Messy and probably a disaster. Unless you're Gordon Ramsay.
Done.
Well done.
let's take off the blindfold, track what's happening, and make sure you're getting credit for all the awesome growth you're creating for the brand in the ad account. Get your conversion tracking right. Whenever I audit an ad account, this is the first thing I assess because any revenue data you look at is weakened or useless when it's wrong. If you're running a Shopify store, follow my tutorial in the description to understand it more and do it right. Use the features of cart data and enhance conversions to collect better data. Also track other conversions that are meaningful to your business, like wholesale inquiries and phone calls. Once you measure it, you can manage it. Use the data-driven model on your purchase conversion tracking. This is an automated attribution method that uses real historical data. Google will look at many data points to build your own attribution model. Every ad, keyword, and product that contributed to the sale should receive recognition to help decisions. Enable personalized advertising and Google signals in analytics. This lets you create remarketing audiences, retarget people across devices, and enables demographic and interest reporting. Sync your Shopify customer lists from the Klaviyo Google Ads integration. If you don't have the Klaviyo integration, you can upload it manually or use Zapier, but I love the Klaviyo. If you do any segmentation, aim for at least 2,000 people on the list to get some accuracy in Google Ads. Customers who buy 2 or more times are one great segment. This is a list you want to use in your account settings for custom match. 3, bidding and budget optimization. All right, time to make sure you're not throwing money at Google like it's your last night in Vegas. These are simple bidding and budget rules that make every dollar in your ad budget work harder. In your bid settings, use enhanced cost per click, also known as eCPC, unless the campaign gets over, say, 30 conversions per month. If it's over, use a target ROAS bid strategy. Target ROAS is the most commonly used bid strategy in Google Ads for e-commerce. You're likely overpaying for branded clicks. A bad strategy is to run a target CPA or ROAS bid on your branded campaign, as you'll pay excessively for a click. So an unconventional bid strategy that works for branded campaigns is to use a target impression share bid at 95%. The maximum CPC bid limit is ideally set at the bid strategy that has historically got you a 95% impression share. Use a portfolio bid strategy. This is a good way to simplify bid management across campaigns. When you simplify management, it helps stop accidents, everyone's made them, and makes setting ad rules to further automate an account easier. Pair any broad match keyword with a smart bidding strategy. The broad match lets you access the widest audience. Broad match also has the added benefit of letting Google analyze the contents of the landing page, something not many people know, and other keywords in the ad group to understand its theme. Whenever you use broad, always use a smart bidding strategy like ROAS or CPA bidding to maximize its machine learning. Maximizing ad copy. If any of your ads aren't following all the tips in this section, they're napping. But I'll show you how to wake them up with simple tweaks that'll make people stop scrolling and start clicking. By using these principles, you'll improve relevance, which lowers the cost per click, and at the same time gets you more clicks. These tips are ways I love to beat out increasing competition. What can your brand say that no one else can say? This is the best way to set your ad apart from other content. It could be a patent, product feature, production process, trademark. Some brands can't claim anything of unique value. Those brands should work on their business so they can make a better claim. If the brand can say something that no one can, use it in ad copy and ad assets. What are the top 3 reasons people buy from you? Again, use this in ad copy and ad assets. To see why people buy, go through customer support tickets, post-purchase surveys, speak with the founder, and read reviews. Set all ad assets at the account level. Only once all of the recommended assets are built out should you consider more specific campaign level assets that override the account level. Most stores are fine to not create custom campaign level assets. Use value propositions and call out assets. These include free shipping, same day dispatch, key features, buy now, pay later, the number of reviews, sustainability, guarantees, and so forth. Sprinkle them in ad copy, but aim to have at least 6 as call out assets. Use at least 4 site link assets. The best structure for site links is to link to your most common pages based on analytics data. or present alternative offers that may be of interest. By adding at least 4 sitelink assets, you're likely to increase the quality score of the ad as you're improving ad relevance, which lowers the cost per click. Use at least 2 structured snippet assets. The most common structured snippet headers are brands, models, styles, and types. Think of core product features customers want to know. Put them in there. Use promo assets for any promotions to drive more clicks and sales. If you have an evergreen sales collection, you can use the promotion asset to promote the collection. I do this for a current client where I create a new promotion asset every quarter, then select autumn, winter, spring, or summer as the occasion. Do you have a phone number? Use a call asset at the account level. Make sure you have the conversion set up called calls from ads, and that it's a secondary conversion. I've taught how to write awesome ads from ad frameworks. Just watch another YouTube video where I reveal the Google Ads system that generated hundreds of millions in revenue. 5. Campaign optimization and testing. Time to put your campaigns through a CrossFit workout with simple settings that increase profit and general optimization tips. But don't worry, unlike CrossFit, the only injury here will be to your competition when they see your results. Disable the display and search networks in search campaigns. You'll always improve ROAS with this setting adjustment. The search network can do well, so once your campaign is profitable under that condition, you can enable the search network. Monitor its performance at the campaign level by segmenting by network. Fix disapprovals and limited delivery of assets from the policy center. By getting more things approved, you may help increase impressions. By cleaning up the policy center, you at least keep your account clean. Exclude low-performing placements that waste ad spend. For Performance Max, you click on Report Editor, then go to the Performance Max Placements report. For other campaigns, you can go to When and Where Ads Showed, then click Where Ads Showed. Run a dynamic search campaign to scrape keywords you haven't thought of. For a basic structure, build ad groups from either collections or products. Target based on a URL of /collections or /products. If using collections, exclude /products to account for Shopify's URL structure where products can have /collections in them. Add negative dynamic ad targets to your dynamic search ad campaign. A classic mistake I see in Shopify is targeting the whole store, which will advertise blog posts and pages like your privacy policy on top of your collections and products. You can add negative targets like /pages and /blogs to exclude unwanted URL handles. These exclusions are unnecessary if you're using the strategy I just shared of targeting /products and /collections. Add new keywords from the search terms report that gather notable volume. Don't bother adding any keywords that aren't in your top 30 of search terms. This can help your reporting, but it mainly gives you the option of setting a bid at the keyword level. Exclude branded terms from non-branded campaigns. Periodically, filter your search terms in non-branded campaigns to look for branded terms, then exclude any branded terms you find. This funnels searches to where you want them and avoids bloating the performance of non-brand campaigns. Review the quality score of keywords by adding the quality score column, then optimize those with a 7 or below quality score. Write new ad copy, split out the keywords in their own ad group themes, and use the keywords on the landing page. Raising the quality score can lower the cost per click by 50%, letting you either double conversion volume or cut costs. With that tip delivered, I just want to say that you're doing great. There aren't many people in this world who are hungry to learn a valuable craft. You're learning from me, who has taken years and millions of ad spend, so I just want to encourage you that you're doing great and keep going. If you want more tips to grow Shopify brands, please subscribe to this YouTube channel and to my free weekly newsletter. The link for the newsletter is in the description. Okay, on to the next section. Shopping ads and feed management. Now it's time to polish up your shopping and performance max campaigns so well that even window shoppers dive into their wallets. You're guaranteed to improve your shopping ads by following these tips. If you're running performance max campaigns with listing groups, everything in this section improves those campaigns as well. First, maximize the fetch frequency of your feed in Merchant Center. If your feed is done through the Content API, you don't need to worry about this. Have your feed update at least daily to maximize the accuracy of product data. The more accurate your product data is, the less disapprovals you'll get. Plus, people who click the ads are less likely to get different information which affects conversions. Enable automatic item updates so the availability status in your product data matches the landing page. Most Shopify themes have the schema markup to use this feature in Merchant Center. The Rich Results test tool tells you what markup is on your product pages and any other pages. If you want the feature or if you run into markup errors, use my structured data template in my Shopify SEO guide. Exclude products from your feed when a percentage of variants are out of stock. Most Shopify brands are not doing this. You can achieve this in Data Feed Watch with a rule on the Include Exclude Products tab. This tactic improves conversion rates for better efficiency. A search term like red dress has extremely high volume. If you look at the red dress product page for Sparrow and Finch Boutique, you'll see half of their dress sizes are out of stock. For the sake of simplicity, if you presume each dress size serves an equal target market size of say 1/6, then with 3 of the 6 sizes being out of stock, this product page will convert at half the rate it would when fully stocked. So this feed rule is great for efficiency. If you want to test this change, just note the date you make the change, then see the effect on conversion rates in your shopping campaigns. Front load your product titles with the most important keywords to increase impression volume and potentially get more clicks from shopping. Your product titles might appear truncated in the shopping carousel. So for popular brands, that means adding the brand attribute at the beginning of titles. If the brand is not often searched, you can add it to the middle or end of the product title, sometimes even leave it out. Your goal is to match more of the title to the most popular search queries for the product. When the campaigns run, you can refer to your search terms report for your most popular search queries, then adjust the titles. Also, minimize or avoid character symbols like the pipe symbol and hyphens, as they hurt readability and take up space. Keep the title length to under 150 characters. Get more products approved in Google Merchant Center. Every product that's limited or disapproved in the Merchant Center lowers the potential impressions you can generate in shopping ads. You can also miss out on free traffic from the free listings program. Disapprovals happen for a number of reasons in shopping. Such reasons include having an unknown category, policy violations, missing attributes. Each week, or at least once a month, you want to review the diagnostics inside the Merchant Center to fix the errors or warnings. Read the feed chapter of my book, Google Shopping for Shopify, to learn how to fix any error. Provide the cost of goods sold attribute. This is an optional attribute that enables gross margin and revenue metrics in Google Ads. Pretty important for profit. The data in Shopify comes from the cost per item field from product pages. This field is accessible through the API to apps like Data Feed Watch. What you want to do is combine the cost of goods, known as COGS, attribute with revenue tracking and cart data conversions, which is done in my conversion tracking guide linked to in the description. To set up the cost of goods sold field for Google Ads, in Data Feed Watch, map Google's cost per good sold attribute to Shopify's cost per item field. Segment products with custom labels to increase results. Custom labels are a feed attribute for you to use how you want. What you do is use the custom label field to match your performance max or shopping campaign strategy. You can have custom labels for price range, profit margin, season, promotions or sell rate, even ROAS bucketing. You can manually assign product values in your feed software, or you can use scripts. My favorite script for this is the Flow Boost Labelizer Google Ads script. This script will segment products based on conversions while considering a certain level of click and impression volume. I highly recommend that script. Provide as many attributes as possible in your shopping feed. There are dozens of possible attributes to include in your feed. I've written a darn book on the subject. I've managed feeds for over a decade and I don't even know all of the attributes off the top of my head. So go through the feed chapter of my book, reviewing each attribute for a sample of 3 products. Then in a spreadsheet, record what attributes you don't provide in the feed so that you can then add them. Every year, Google is doing more to automate the creation of values in a feed, or removing a mandatory feed attribute to make product submissions simpler. You don't want any of this. What is easy is not best. Where others are lazy, you can beat them. Provide as many attributes as possible to maximize impressions, clicks, and sales. 7. Performance Max. I still can't believe they named it Performance Max. It sounds like something you'd see in an action movie, not something us Google Ads nerds would deal with daily. Performance Max can pack a punch if you know how to use it. If you don't know how to use it, it will steal your budget faster than a villain robbing a bank. So here are some simple optimizations to get these campaigns performing at superhero level. Opt out of optimized targeting for Performance Max and demand gen. Do this in your campaign settings under automatically created assets. This setting stops Google from creating vertical and square videos or shortened versions from an original video. Create a custom video made for YouTube ads. If you don't do this, Google will make automated videos in Performance Max. The automated videos are pretty bad. One day, these videos will be incredible. It could be years. Until then, avoid automated videos and get the benefits of better creative by making a good video ad. I suggest at least having a good 16:9 for YouTube and 9:16 for the vertical short formats. Exclude your brand name from your Performance Max campaigns. Do this by going to Campaign Settings, then the Brand Exclusions. You should have a branded search campaign to capture these search terms. If you allow branded terms in Performance Max, it will bloat the success of the campaign like nothing else and risk hurting incrementality. Disable the customer acquisition setting that optimizes the Performance Max campaign for acquiring new customers. New customer acquisition is about getting incremental revenue, which is sales that wouldn't have otherwise happened without seeing the ad. So disabling this setting is about controlling incrementality. The most reliable rule for increasing incrementality in Google Ads is going after non-branded searches, not whether someone previously has purchased from you or not. If you skew the campaign towards new customers, you'll miss out on incremental revenue from returning customers. New and returning customers will make non-branded searches, so it makes sense to disable an optimization of new customers. Use Mike Rowe's Performance Max Insight script. The script lets you see where PMax campaigns are spending budget, gives you search term insights, shows additional asset group insights, reveals product performance data, and more. There's a lot of analysis you can do with the script, so treat using this as its own skill. I think it's the best script made in the past 2 years. 8. Location and audience targeting. You're not just tossing ads into the void here. Let's make sure you're hitting the right people in the right places, because showing ads to everyone is like inviting the whole internet to your birthday party. Not everyone's coming. Overlay engaged audiences in observation mode onto campaigns. Do not target only. Observation model lets you collect performance data on the segment. Use your main customer list and purchase events with the longest windows of 540 days Also add in some engaged page view audiences like those who viewed products or collections in 7 days. Preempt higher performance on customer lists and purchase lists with an increased bid modifier. Overlay high affinity audiences in observation mode onto campaigns. Go to your audience manager, then click your data insights. Use the top 5 audiences as these will likely have the highest conversion rate. As data rolls in, you can probably add a bid modifier of 10% on the audiences to increase volume. Keep it to 5, otherwise some people will begin overlapping, which distorts performance. Add state and city level locations to your location targeting. So if you're targeting the United States, don't just input the country, but add California. If you're spending like $1,000 per day, just as a ballpark, it begins to make sense to add cities as well. If you get too granular, you won't get enough conversion data to make any better decisions. By adding states or cities even, though the places were already targeted with the country setting, you're unlocking a simple report at the campaign level that lets you see performance by region. Use a location bid modifier. Decrease or increase based on return. This works well when you have the state and city locations added. If you're using the maximize clicks or manual bid strategy, you can set a bid modifier by location based on performance. If you're not using the maximize clicks or manual bid strategy, there's no point setting a bid modifier, as Google will theoretically consider it when bidding for you. Exclude low performing locations. Sometimes you'll have cities or countries that absolutely suck. You can stop targeting them. You can view the performance of regions in a custom report by adding the country, state, or city dimensions to a report. On the topic of location settings, in the campaign settings, change location setting to presence. What the other interest setting does is target people who are in regions you're not targeting but appear interested. For example, if you own a pet store in Australia and choose Australia as a targeted location, your ads can show to people located or regularly in Australia, or to people who have expressed interest in Australian pet stores now or in the past. I have seen interest targeting drive the occasional sale on target and perform on target. So I suggest you review the performance of this by creating a custom report, then adding a user location dimension. Don't add the match location dimension. The user location dimension tells you where people are located and how they're performing. 9. Increasing general efficiency. Here's the final section of this massive training. You've done well to get this far.
Everything we've covered up to this point in some way is meant to make the ad account better, or in other words, efficient by cutting costs or increasing sales. I've got some blanket rules and tactics to increase efficiency that we haven't covered yet.
If you need more efficiency from your ads, simply increase your ROAS targets or lower your target CPA bid. You should see business level metrics like contribution margin and profit on ad spend improve. Create high converting landing pages for non-shopping ads. If you can improve conversion rates by 50% by driving traffic to a custom landing page, you can spend so much more in Google Ads. Some keywords that were previously unprofitable suddenly become profitable. It is seriously worth it for brands spending thousands a month in Google Ads to invest in custom landing pages. Use individual budgets for each campaign. An exception is when you have an intentional strategy for shared budgets, such as grouping your high-performing campaigns with their own budgets, so low performers do not take ad spend from it. Find ad groups getting under 2,000 impressions in 7 days, then consolidate. Consolidation is about grouping learnings to help Google's AI drive more consistent results. Sometimes you can have many low impression ad groups because you want a custom landing page. A better alternative is to consolidate, then set a relevant landing page in the final URL value of each keyword. Get into scripts. There are scripts that'll Do things you'll never do or waste a lot of time doing, such as automatically checking all ad assets and ads for broken links. The scripts save you time or aim to make you more money from better efficiency. Brainlabs have a fabulous GitHub repository of Google Ads scripts. Once you have a script set up, check about once a month that it's functioning as intended with no errors. That's the last optimization tip. I know it was dense. Save the video and share it with your team so you can refer back here at any time. I hope these tweaks squeeze out more profit from your Google Ads account for your store. If you need help with your campaigns for your Shopify brand, please get in touch on our website.